What's going on, y'all? What's happening? What up? What it do? That's for sure. But everybody in my city say, what up, though? What up? What up, though? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hope everyone having a smooth, a cool, and a real 100% true Monday. Hopefully no one's like Madonna out here having another manic Monday. But you know, it's okay. Get through it. You know, we all do. But yeah. I'm about to update y'all. I got a couple stories that I want y'all to hear with me. But I want to say this. I got my copyright disclaimer up here. I'm going to read it to y'all. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. You know? And it also is posted in the description, of my video. So yeah, what's going on, y'all? Y'all get through the work day. Y'all have a good Monday. We got Yolanda. Keep it 100 in the hizzy. I hope you had a smooth one today, Yolanda. And if y'all, and this goes out to my replay gang too, if you could kindly, lift your finger and hit that thumbs up button for your girl, it's greatly appreciated. So yeah, we're gonna get started with this one, y'all. So, Wayne County officials announced findings in 2010 wrongful conviction case. Miss motherfucking Worthy. What you got really going on? And how come she, I'm not even gonna say, some people in life just don't have to be held accountable, and that's just the way it is, but in the end, they will be held accountable by, our maker. So that's all that matters. But again, we just had election day, a couple days ago, and we got a new mayor. Detroit got the new, we got our first woman mayor in history for the 313. But there was no one next to her name again, so we'll have her in fucking office. She didn't get voted out after how many fucking years? I feel like she's a big problem to this shit. I mean, man. Miss Yolanda, yes. And how was your day? My day was real smooth and cool and real true. It was a great Monday for me. It was really great. Really, really great. But yeah, let's listen to this, y'all. Let's listen. This is just crazy. I mean, I wonder how many people you've wrongly convicted. Miss Worthy. Let me find out. I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole on Miss Worthy, y'all. Yup. I'm putting her on the list. I want to see what the fuck she really got going on. I need to be aware, cause this is Wayne County prosecutor. I need to be aware. Yeah, I do. I need to do my research. It is definitely okay to do your research. I highly recommend it, y'all. Yeah, I really do. Research could be your best friend sometimes. So here we go. I can't believe this.
Systemic errors at every level. That's what a new report says led to the wrongful conviction of a Wayne County man. Welcome to CBS News Detroit at 5. I'm Shayna Humphreys. And I'm Rochelle Graham in for Terrence Friday. The 54-page report details what went wrong in the case of Eric Anderson, who was exonerated after nearly a decade behind bars. CBS News Detroit's Gina Vici explains how county officials hope this case will prevent this from happening again to someone else.
How many times has it got to happen, y'all?
8.5 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. According to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, there were several factors that led to his wrongful conviction. Now, Prosecutor Kim Worthy is hoping to make some big changes to the criminal justice system in hopes to avoid something like this from happening again, as well as identify
again and again and again. They mean, y'all.
We want to do better. We want to be better, and we don't want to see anyone that has not committed a crime even do 1 day in prison.
The Wayne County
Ooh, she makes my,
Review Team,
you know what,
it,
y'all.
CERT, is a joint effort to figure out what went wrong in cases of wrongful convictions. The case of Eric Anderson is one of them. During a news conference today, Prosecutor Kim Worthy, alongside other law enforcement officials, the Cooley Law Innocence Project, and the Penn Carey Law Center laid out a 47-page report outlining Anderson's case and identified issues along the investigative and legal process.
We know that misidentification is a driver of wrongful convictions. It's one of the main causes of wrongful convictions.
And that was the issue in Anderson's case. He was misidentified. He was arrested back in 2010 for armed robbery and then convicted. But then in 2018, a sworn affidavit of someone who actually committed the crime freed Anderson 8.5 years later. Some of the findings from the report identified many factors that led to Anderson's wrongful conviction, including miscommunication during the investigation and rushed and incomplete pretrial procedures. Also from that report, there were many recommendations to correct the legal process, including safeguarding the accuracy of arrest based on single source identification and improving case management systems, among many others. Prosecutor Kim Worthy says many of these recommendations have already been corrected since, but more must be done.
But we have a lot more work to do, and some recommendations we haven't touched yet, but we are trying to get there, and we will get there.
In Detroit, Gino Vici, CBS News, Detroit.
Ooh, man. Yeah, I'm going down the rabbit hole on this Worthy for sure, because this is scary. This is scary. And we got Tanya in the building. What's going on, Miss Tanya? Hope you're having a smooth one, a cool one, and a real true one. I really do. I'm glad you pulled up on your girl. I appreciate you. I want to know really how many people she really has. Crazy work. So, y'all remember this lady? She did this to that McDonald's manager. Well, the manager's daughter came to the court. What's going on, Michelle, baby? 92. Thanks for pulling up on your girl. I hope you're having a real smooth one, a cool one, and a true one. I did get your message, yo, baby, and you never steered me wrong. I hope you got a chance to check out my live from it was around, earlier. But again, thanks for pulling up on your girl. I'm gonna just say that, and I do appreciate you. So let's listen to this, y'all. So the daughter of the victim, after they played the horrendous acts that this woman did to her mother, she went to the car and she grabbed a weapon and she came back in and. Yeah, she got tackled and was, arrested, unfortunately. And now the whole family's banned from the courtroom. It's crazy work. All right. Yeah, I hope you do get a chance whenever you do, Michelle. If you could, I appreciate it. And again, you ain't never steered me wrong, so I appreciate your constructive criticism, that's it, and that's all. And being real with me, and supporting me, really. I'm very grateful. See, sometimes for me, it's the small things, the real small free things in life. So yeah, but let's hear again. I mean, it's crazy. But now we have this, the victim's daughter is now behind bars. But let's listen to the chaos that happened in court. I can't say what I would have, I don't say what I would have done, like I don't want to say I don't like the woulda, coulda, shoulda type thing, but I couldn't imagine, everybody be grieving different and, watching, seeing, your loved one, let alone your mother. There was another incident in Macomb County where there was a twin brother, identical twin, and right after they played the, execution video for evidence in the trial, he lost it, and so I don't know. I can't make that judgment, but I just couldn't. I know I can't imagine. She said, JJ, have you lived in Detroit your whole life? I've been here for a long time. Too long. I know that. And I'm trying to get up out of here. And, I still got a lot of time. I'll be 33 next month. So, but I'm trying to get up out of here. But I've been here too long. Miss Tanya too long. So here we go, y'all.
I lost 110 pounds. You couldn't tell it all because of my excess skin. So Novella changed that. We're going to go now to our other top story today. Chaos inside an East Point courtroom as the suspect in July's deadly
And that's
McDonald's
Macomb
stabbing
County.
faced a judge. The victim's daughter tackled by police after leaving the courtroom and allegedly returning with a knife. But the hearing continued with prosecutors revealing how and why Afeni Muhammad allegedly stabbed her manager to death. 7 News Detroit reporter Ruta Alsanaida inside the courtroom. She's showing us what happened today and what comes next. It was a dramatic day here at District Court in East Point as prosecutors played the surveillance video of what they say is Afeni Muhammad killing Jennifer Harris. It's that video that set off a chain reaction and left Jennifer Harris's 17-year-old daughter behind bars. This right here is video of the chaotic aftermath of the 17-year-old daughter of Jennifer Jama Harris, who was tackled and arrested by police in the lobby of 38th District Court. East Point police say she brought a knife into the courthouse after seeing the disturbing surveillance video of her mother's murder in court. Harris's family was then barred from returning to the courtroom for the rest of Friday's hearing. Prosecutors releasing new video on what they say is 26-year-old Afeni Muhammad, her face covered with some sort of mask, a large knife hidden under her arm, walking into the back of the East Point McDonald's on July 10th, where she and her manager, Jennifer Harris, worked. Prosecutors say Muhammad was sent home earlier that day by Harris for slacking off. She later returned, allegedly stabbing Harris at least 13 times.
Even though Jennifer Harris had collapsed on her back, bleeding, the defendant intended to finish the job on the ground.
You can see in this interrogation video where Muhammad shows investigators exactly how she stabbed the victim, saying she felt no remorse because Harris constantly, quote, bullied her at work.
I feel better.
Prosecutors say the only reason the attack stopped is because Good Samaritan Devontae Pace, who was in the drive-thru and saw everything, fired a warning shot towards the attacker.
I guess it would be a warning shot because she didn't get hit, but it definitely was towards it. And I didn't
That's what I'm
mind
talking
shooting her,
about.
so I was
Shit.
shooting at her.
Judge Kathleen Galen finding enough probable cause to order Muhammad to stand trial, so she will be back in court December 2nd. As for Harris's daughter, who is accused of bringing that knife to court, prosecutors are considering charges for her actions.
Man,
In East Point, I'm Rudolph Sinaida, 7 News Detroit.
give her a slap on the wrist like the rest. I mean, I'm just saying. Man, I mean, I think she should get in trouble for sure, you know, but I don't know. Yeah, it's just crazy work. That's just my opinion. Don't throw the book at her. Oh, what's going on, Miss Carla? Hope you're having a smooth one, a cool one, and a real true one. Miss Tanya says, okay, I was just wondering. A lot of teachers at my granddaughter's school. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. And, you know, this is how I am. Like, people be like, oh, do you know so-and-so? And I'll be like, no, I don't know that person. And then, like, we show up, and I'm like, oh, I do know him. I'm more of, like, a face person. I'm horrible with names, you know. But, yeah, I got a lot, yeah. We got Angie. What's going on? Salute. Hope you're having a real smooth one and a cool one and a real true one out there today on this Monday, you know. Yeah. So let's bring this story to y'all. Here we go. This is what is crazy right here. I'm just like, and again, it's diabolical. This shit is crazy. Wow, here we go.
A young woman is dead after police say her co-worker walked over to her workstation and hit her multiple times with a sledgehammer. She died on the floor of the manufacturing plant, and deputies immediately took the suspect into custody. And the reason he apparently gave police for hitting the 20-year-old over and over and over again with such a terrifying weapon is chilling. Plus, in a stunning twist, a man claiming to be a family member of the suspect took to Facebook Live to talk about what happened. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Look, as we're covering stories like this, let me just say, staying on top of, and this is in Cokato, a small city east of Minneapolis. 20-year-old Amber Check had been hit over the head with a sledgehammer and was in dire need of help.
Trauma, blood loss, blow to the head, possibly unwitnessed, is not alert that is breathing.
So as emergency crews rushed to the scene, dispatchers were queuing up life flight to head to the factory. But then they soon got word that unfortunately they wouldn't be needed.
Cokato Fire, we do have Lifelink en route. If they are needed, their ETA is going to be about 25 minutes at this point. If you could find a possible landing zone for them, STAC 1 will be the channel.
10 more, thank you. Cokato Fire, right, honey.
Cokato Fire.
Houston Post arriving on scene.
On scene at 6:15.
Cokato Rescue, right, Tommy?
Cokato Rescue, go ahead.
You can cancel there, here.
Copy, we are. 6:16.
Alright, 11, you guys can cancel.
Cokato Fire, right, honey. Go ahead, Cokato. Houston Post clear of the scene back in front. Clear, 621.
According to a news release from the Wright County Sheriff's Office, it reads, quote, around 6 a.m. Tuesday, November 11th, the Wright County Sheriff's Office responded to a 911 call from Advanced Process Technologies in the city of Cokato regarding an adult female being found at her workstation with significant head trauma. Deputies arrived on scene along with Cokato ambulance and attempted life-saving measures. However, the adult female was pronounced deceased at the scene. The initial investigation indicated that the adult female's death was due to an assault by an adult male co-worker with a blunt force object. The adult male co-worker, identified as David Bruce DeLong, was taken into custody on scene without incident by deputies. So I want to dig into what a criminal complaint claims happened that day, and also what the suspect also allegedly said to police after his arrest about this heinous series of purported actions. So to do that, I want to welcome on trial attorney and former prosecutor Bridget Williams. Bridget.
Against the head with it. So it has all of the components of a premeditated murder.
And let's get into this a little bit more, and I want to start with the victim, okay? We have 20-year-old Amber Check. She had gotten into welding while she was in high school. This is what her father told KARE 11. She attended Alexandria Technical and Community College, graduated in the spring of 2024 after completing the 10-month welding technology program. And after learning of her death, ATCC put out a statement saying, in part, quote, she exemplified the qualities we strive to instill in all our students: hard work, determination, and professionalism. So obviously you're talking about a tremendous loss.
Wow.
But now we want to get into the law. County Attorney Brian Lutz shared the criminal complaint that was filed with the...
So, yeah, I'm gonna say this, like, that is just, wild, and, I wonder, let's see, hold on, let's hear the reason real quick.
It lays out victim standing, and Lutz told People magazine, quote, they actually pass by each other, but it doesn't even appear that they address or engage each other at all. The first swing is horizontal, and I look at that to mean she's standing upright at that time. And then he makes 4 more swings, and they're very aggressive, violent, forceful swings. The complaint then says that DeLong walked by another male co-worker and said something along the lines of, quote, I hit her with your hammer, she is by your toolbox, she is gone. Bridget, it's not every day I can say that we have a purported crime, a violent attack, a potential...
We are at a point in life, in society, that you could be at work just standing at your motherfucking work machine, and someone is gonna come up to you and bash your head in. What? Very concerning. Very concerning. I'm lost for words.
Murder here, caught on surveillance footage. I don't know what a defense attorney would do, how they would try to get that footage out. If the footage comes in where they say, well, you can't really see, you can't see the victim, she's blocked. We don't, but because if you have
nowhere.
that's the end of the case.
The shorties ain't safe. We ain't safe. You could just be riding on a train. Come on. That girl was just sitting there, and that man said, man, just random. Like, it says it's senseless, random. It's very concerning. It's concerning. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's like, you really gotta walk life like at all times. Be prepared. Like, literally. That's crazy. To really sit back and really think about it. Like, damn. Oh, I mean, this whole fucking year, we about to hop into the, month 12. 2025, y'all, has been so fucking crazy. Just in crime. I think maybe one of the things I'm going to do for my channel is like to end the year and just to see, how much, how many, because, there's a couple that I missed, I can say that I did, and that's okay. But, like, this shit is crazy. Really, really crazy. You could just be standing there pumping your gas at work, when government taking the taxes out, trying to pay your rent, hard out here for a pimp, doing what you supposed to. We be out here doing what we supposed to, and just, wow. What? Man. All we could do, is hope for the best and carry on, but it is very sad. Very, need to be aware of, definitely. Very. I would definitely want to be aware. People who don't, there's a lot of people actually out here who really don't watch the news. Like I hear, side conversations, I've heard it, and they're just like, and I'm like, man, I think it's very important to at least watch tune in once a day to your local news and see what the fuck's going on around you. Like, I don't know. That's just me. But that's just me again. I don't know. But let's see why he did it. I want to hear the fucking reason. Oh, man. Well, in one of my lives, I did a demonstration, and number one is Memphis, Tennessee, and Detroit, Michigan is number 2 for violent crimes. In I think it was like the last 8 years, and I think it was a survey. I'm actually, in a minute, I'll look. We'll do it. I'll look real quick again. But yeah, Detroit is definitely right there. It's crazy. It's some sensitive stuff. I remember, I'm gonna try to find it, y'all. Detroit be having a lot of, bodegas, and they be having a lot of panhandlers that, people like really, that are like regulars that go to that gas station all the time. Like, they really like, develop a relationship with some of the panhandlers. I don't know how to describe it. And like, they be sitting there, and, they don't cause no harm or problem, and people give them change and stuff like that. And I remember this boy, he was 19, and he walked up to the panhandler, and he gave him some change, and then he walked away. And then he turned back around, and he blew him right in his forehead. Execution style. 19 years old. Senseless. Like it has to be just pure evil. Like, what do you mean? He gave him change, y'all. And then turn around. And then just to turn back around and blow him right in his forehead. And it was crazy. Like, people, even those regulars were on the news. It was crazy. It was so devastating. Like, it was just like, how? Why? 19 years old, y'all. I'm gonna find the story. I'll show you. But, it's, crazy. Let's see why. Let's see what his reason is.
I don't see why that video would not come into evidence. That is something necessarily be hearsay.
Okay, we gotta add.
Yo, check this out. Need some extra? This loan's got your back.
Statement made by the defendant. He's there. He's in court. And so I don't think that makes it to hearsay. And so when we talk about...
Let's see.
Bad look, and that he was upset about that.
Okay, here we go. We found it right here. Let's hear his reason. I know you lying.
with the
Something
bloody
about a
sledgehammer
look. Oh,
next to the
hell
body.
no.
That's when
Jay, we
911
are
was
number 2 or 3.
And the criminal
Oh,
complaint
yeah,
says
yeah,
that
most
the
definitely.
wrong confessed
Oh,
after
man.
his arrest. That's the interrogation.
Girl, for
The
real.
defendant admitted to not liking the victim. The defendant said he has been planning to kill the victim for some time.
What the fuck?
Now, Lutz told people he mentioned in his statement that she had kind of given him a bad look and that he was upset about that. Apparently, the bad look was some time ago, and he just didn't like her. It's a logical type behavior. Now, here's the part that's interesting.
What the
It was
fuck?
a law school example. You say
You
can't
crazy
get
as hell.
first-
Because you know what? I don't know. I got resting bitch face sometimes, and I could be having the best day, and I'm like, what the fuck you mean? I got what the fuck? Sometimes I don't even know I be looking and making that face. And, you know, that is crazy, because she looked at him, and he just assumed, like, man, he made it about him. It probably had nothing to do with that motherfucker. Nothing the motherfucker do. But that's what motherfuckers like to do, is make everything about them, you know. Wow, that is crazy. You know, Angie says, Carla, our kids have no chance here in Michigan. Oh, man, yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's all around, you know, that story. Did y'all hear about the mom who was texting the daughter, and got caught? It was in Beale City. It's on Netflix, and she was, like, bullying, her own daughter. And it was like, went on for 2 years and driving the whole, like her whole friend group, broke her and her boyfriend up. Fucking like really wild shit. Drove them all nuts. They're trying to figure out who the fuck it is. She was the volleyball coach and shit. I was like, what? And then she got on motherfucking Netflix and did a whole interview. Before they told us who it was, and you know, it was a good one. I was on the edge of my seat type. It was a good one. Like, what the fuck? I was like, who is this? And the way she played it, like she played that shit, and it was sickening. Her husband, he came. When he came home, he told her. He said, call your parents, and she started crying. And she was like, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to leave. He said, I'm fucking calling them. I was like, man, kudos to him. And they definitely got a divorce. But that shit was crazy. Telling her daughter just to unalive herself. She was ugly. Calling her all these derogatory names. Like, what? And then the baby girl, she's on there, and I don't know. Again, I can't. I'm not gonna say, because I never experienced anything close to that by my own mother. So, but she just, you know, she was like, I still love my mom, you know. And it's crazy. It's so crazy. Yeah. Detroit is only like 5 hours from the Chicago. I think 5.5 maybe. Straight all the way west side. You driving 94 west that whole way. Straight shot. Well, not yeah. Man, it'd be crazy. But y'all remember, you know, old buddy, he did his it was like, actually, I think I want to say it was exactly, I'm about to show it. You remember, old buddy, the 3 boys? He was about to get out. He was all chipper, I bet. He's all happy. I'm free. And they waited until the last minute and hit him with 3 counts of unaliving. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's hear. And all right. This is great. Yeah, that's
We begin this Monday afternoon with that breaking news in the murder of the Skelton brothers. We have stunning new revelations in the 15-year-old murder mystery, including the evidence that finally led to murder charges. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Glenda Lewis. John Skelton appeared before a judge in Lenawee County just in the last 4 hours
and now officially charged with the murder of his 3 young sons. I'm joined by 7 News
Justice for these
anchor
baby
Mike Duffy.
boys.
Mike,
Finally,
brought us
man.
this breaking
15
news of
years.
what's happening with the
These
father of the
boys
Skelton
been
brothers.
waiting.
Please fill us in.
That's what I'm
A lot
talking
more
about.
information today.
Hell
Now that
yeah.
Skelton's been arraigned. We have his
Woo.
criminal affidavit, and that means a lot more information.
Yeah.
But we still don't
You
have a lot
thought,
of background
you thought
info.
you was finna come home. You thought you was coming out in society. Nah, dog. No.
Access to the criminal affidavit
That's what I'm
that
talking
offers
about.
a new glimpse into the investigation. Keep in mind, this is information that's being revealed for the first time in 15 years. John Skelton.
I wonder why they waited 15 years.
He was arraigned today virtually. He was just weeks away from his scheduled release from prison when the new charges were handed down. He's been serving 15 years in prison for failing to return Andrew Alexander.
That's not what he looked like, though, 15 years ago.
According to this new probable cause affidavit, a search of Skelton's internet history revealed that within a week of the boy's disappearance, he searched different ways to kill a person. The affidavit says Skelton has consistently misled investigators, and in his most recent interview earlier this month, he continued to be uncooperative and failed to provide investigators with any information to locate his missing sons.
Because he's been in prison for this length of time, and because of the nature of this offense, and quite frankly, the interest by the public, I think it's important that they understand what's happened here.
That judge set Skelton's bond at $60 million.
Woo!
There will be probable cause.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. What state? I gotta see what just happened there. Let me remind. Does anyone off the top of their head? Not off the top of mine. I gotta go see what state that is. Cause she said 60 million. That's what, man. Can we get 10 more of her? And just boom, randomly around America? Or him, whoever that judge is. Let me see where this happened in the state, because that's what I'm talking about. 60 million. Whew. That might as well say no bond. I don't know. What do y'all think? No bond or 60 million? Which one sounds better? That's crazy. It was in Michigan? That's I didn't want to assume. That is crazy. Oh, I should have known, Angie. I should have motherfucking known. What? Oh man, I don't know what that story. So let me run it back for Michelle. You know, just a fresh reminder, because it was 15 years ago. Happened in good old Michigan. Here, let me go. I'll run it for you. I'll run a little. It's probably like a little 8-minute story. I'll run it by y'all real quick. Justice for these 3 little boys, man. Yeah, they had visitation. Again, it's been a long time since I don't want to, mess the story up, so I'm gonna let y'all listen. But dang, this shit was fucked up. And I want to know though, it sounded like they been at this, or maybe they did just come upon it. But I wonder why they waited 15 years. Do you think it was a proof of point? But yeah, here we go. Let me run it back. Yeah, justice for these 3 little baby boys. Man, yeah, this is crazy. Let me just drop some blue hearts for these boys, though. The 3 boys. Yeah. That justice. 15 years. 15 years, y'all. And he thought he was gonna get out. Shit, and probably here in Detroit, he fucking... Man, let me just shut up. Excuse me. Oh yeah, this is crazy work. I can't believe Angie said JJ Michigan. Man, I should have known. Should have motherfucking known. I do not like it here. I'm on my way up out of here. Alright. This is a 19-minute video real quick. Here's the story of the Skeleton Brothers, y'all. This is crazy.
Welcome to the channel, where mystery meets truth and stories demand answers.
Marine
if you're new
Mission,
here,
Michigan.
you've just stepped into a world where the unexplained is
this is
explored,
crazy.
justice is questioned, and hidden truths come to light. If you love true crime, unsolved cases, and deep investigations, cover isn't just Thanksgiving treats. Their father, John Skelton, had a story, but it wasn't one that made sense. He said they were safe. He said they were with a group that would protect them. But there were no goodbyes, no farewells, just a gaping silence where 3 boys should have been. The town of Morenci was shaken. Search parties scoured every road, every wooded path, every stretch of land where they could have been taken. Days passed, then weeks. Hope
Hey, hold on, guys. Give me 1
answers
second,
remained
okay?
just out of
2
reach.
seconds.
What happened to Andrew?
Sorry, 2 seconds.
Alexander?
All right, y'all. Sorry about that.
Welcome to Morenci, Michigan, a small town of about 3,000 souls, 75 miles southwest of Detroit, and a stone's throw away from the Ohio border. Home to the Rex
Dang,
the
so it's down.
State-Line Gem and Mineral Society, and the Morenci Fighting Bulldogs. This place is small-town America at its
Nah, I don't think so.
according to former police chief Larry Weeks.
The judge just declared them.
Rural community, everyone knows everyone. It's just a great small town, great place to raise a family. It's just a great place.
Yeah, the judge just said.
But in 2010, this sleepy hamlet was the center of a
It's crazy work in Michigan, man.
in mystery to this day. On Thanksgiving, the Skelton brothers, Andrew, age 9, 7-year-old Alexander, and Tanner, 5, went for a regularly scheduled visit with their dad and were never seen again.
We had plans
Oh.
to meet, and I would get the boys back at 3 o'clock. And about mid-morning, I thought, if he's home, not doing anything, I'll see if I can get the boys early.
That's Tanya Zuvers, the boy's mom.
I called him.
I'm uploading these pictures, y'all.
And he started with the stories. Well, we went away. We're in Jackson. I'll see if we can make it home. His van was in the driveway. I said, your van's in the driveway. Huh? Well, they came and picked us up because we didn't know where we were going. And at this point, I had no
Dang,
reason
how
not to
can
believe
I
him.
give it to her? I'd be
But
crying
each
like a
time
little
I
baby,
talked with
maybe.
him or
I don't know
texted
actually.
with
I don't know
him,
what I'd do actually.
There was another twist.
She's strong, man.
Something just wasn't setting right, and I'm going, ah. And then he finally said to me, well, I haven't been quite honest with you. I'm actually at home, and the boys are with my friend.
That friend was someone he said he met on the internet. Her name, Joanne Taylor.
So I asked him, well, when your friend brings the boys home, are they bringing them to your house or my house? Well, I'm not sure. I said, well, how can I get a hold of her? Because if she's coming from Jackson, I can meet her somewhere.
And then John dropped a bomb. He told her he was calling from the hospital. Skelton claimed he tried to hang himself. Tanya's worry turned to dread.
I was starting to get a little panicky. I had gone to the house that the boys and I were living in because it was only a few blocks from his, in case this woman showed up at my house.
Joanne Taylor never showed up. Chief Weeks got the call.
Tell me about that Thanksgiving day.
I was at home with my family. I had about 15 people in my house, I believe it was, for Thanksgiving holiday. My phone rang in the afternoon. Officer had called me, briefed me on what was happening, that Mr. Skelton was in the hospital and that his 3 sons were missing. It became abundantly clear to us there was much more going on there than just kids with a family member.
Chief Weeks got right down.
Right down to business.
To business. First step, an Amber Alert. They searched John's house.
When they went into the house, there was broken dishes, things just thrown about, furniture broken, mattresses cut with a knife, dressers busted. I mean,
Yeah, it's a sad story, really bad.
Everywhere.
But frighteningly, there was no sign of the boys, and no one had any idea where they could be. A massive search effort was about to spin up with just one thing in mind: find the Skelton brothers. In Morenci, Michigan, the 3 young Skelton brothers had started their Thanksgiving visiting with their dad, John Skelton. Later that day, Tanya, their...
This is Tanya, their mom. Man, just prayers for this woman. I can't imagine her pain and suffering. Wow. And she sounds so strong, y'all. Shout out, man. Keep y'all head up. For sure. Justice is coming your way. 15 years.
Called John about getting the boys back a bit early, but something was wrong.
Something just wasn't setting right, and I'm going, ah. And then he finally said to me, well, I haven't been quite honest with you. I'm actually at home, and the boys are with my friend.
That friend, Joanne Taylor, was someone John met on the internet. But this Joanne never returned with the boys. When they spoke again, John shocked Tanya with the revelation he was calling from the hospital. He had tried to hang himself. Tanya's concern turned to dread.
I was starting to get a little panicky.
The cops were called. They searched Skelton's home, a search that yielded chilling results.
There was broken dishes, things just thrown about, furniture broken, mattresses cut with a knife, dressers busted. I mean, there was just destruction everywhere.
But the boys weren't there. A huge search effort spun up, and the hunt was on. The citizens of Morenci stepped up to help a neighbor in desperate need.
That's what I'm talking about.
Initially, people just began to search on their own, walking through the parks, and we covered a significant area in a fairly short period of time. We did our best to cover as many public roadways, public parks, public access areas. I'm very proud of the work that those folks did.
Why on earth would any father make his own children vanish? Tanya, who was divorcing John at the time of the kid's disappearance, thinks she knows.
He had gone through a previous divorce, and there was a custody battle, and his ex-wife gained custody and he had visitation rights. She lived in another state, and so he rarely saw his daughter. And I think that was the biggest thing that he was afraid of, that he was going to lose his sons.
John was arrested and charged with 3 counts of parental kidnapping and 3 counts of unlawful imprisonment. All that, and still no sign of the 3 boys. And just like that, things in this little town changed. Not only are the boys gone, but a sense of innocence in this town was too. Chief Weeks was surprised at what he heard during a grade school visit.
One young lady raised her hand in the 5th grade class, and she goes, "Do you handle many investigations where parents steal their children?" And as that 5th grade girl sat there and asked that question, it was much like a knife being jabbed into my heart.
Even as Skelton sat behind bars, Tanya's divorce proceeded. John was lawyered up, but his attorney was not wearing a suit and tie. John chose to represent himself in this divorce. And in a bizarre twist, actually questioned Tanya on the witness stand about himself.
How do you know that your husband knows where the kids are at? Has he voiced any that he knows where the kids are, or has he always stated from day one that he has?
This is not your opportunity to testify. The question is, do you believe that your husband knows where the children are? Yes, I do.
Do you believe the children are safe?
No, because they're not really your parent.
During your divorce trial, when he questioned you, you wouldn't look
Wow.
you would not look him in the eye.
Nope.
Why not?
You betrayed me?
That word, betrayal,
Than if someone
cuts like a knife.
stabbed me in the heart.
As Skelton headed to his criminal trial for the kidnapping charges, his story changed and got even stranger. Remember Joanne Taylor, the woman John Skelton says he'd given the boys to? Well, cops searched hard for her. She simply doesn't exist. Skelton claimed he'd given the boys to a group called United Foster Outreach and Underground Sanctuaries to protect them from their abusive mother. No such group was ever identified. Skelton ended up pleading no contest to the unlawful imprisonment charges and was slapped hard with a 10 to 15-year sentence. But even with Skelton locked up tight, this man is making sure the case does not go cold.
That's what I'm talking about.
The beginning of the case, we've taken over 1,500 tips, and these are tips from all over the country.
Michigan State Police Detective Sergeant Jeremy Brewer has been driven to solve this mystery for 2 years now and will not give up until the boys are back home. He's gotten to know Tanya and the family as a close friend. The 15-year police vet is deeply invested in this one.
Law enforcement, we get a lot of cues. We're trained to be observant. We're trained to read body language. We're trained to do a lot of things to the point where, you know, the hairs on your neck will stand up and you get this gut feeling of something's not right here. And sometimes you might work a full 8-hour shift and only feel that once or twice.
Here's a hot take. If you have a message inside you that
I know one thing.
it'll never make the impact that
I'm
it truly
always
deserves
go
until
with
you
my
have
gut
one thing.
for the rest of my
The best way to build
life.
an audience and a platform
Every
now
time that motherfucker tells me something, I'm going with it. I'm never going against it.
It's a tough investigation that so far has only paid off in dead ends and frustration. Did you ever wonder, why me? Why did I get assigned to this case?
You know, I firmly believe that things happen for a reason. You know, one of the boys has the same name as my son, and same age, and so it's
He's trying not to cry. Shout out to him. We need more of him out here, bro. Wow, yes.
The Center for Missing and Exploited Children has produced age-progressed pictures to show how the boys might look now.
who knows if that's what they truly do look like. We have hope. We don't give up hope every day that we will be able to bring closure to the family and find these boys. And we'll take any investigative help we can get.
As Sergeant Brewer continues to tackle this investigation, backpack-toting kids tromp past Tanya's home, on their way to the Morenci Elementary School, just up the street. Sometimes it hurts to see how life just goes on. As they pass, Tanya and daughter Courtney raise two flags, one with the stars and stripes, and one bearing the faces of Andrew, Alexander, and Tanner, her babies.
I have to keep going. Quitting's not an option.
A lot of times we come out, there'll be various things left for the boys. They have, toys or coloring books.
Sergeant Brewer took me to a park in town where there's a memorial of the Skelton boys. There's a small plaque here, settled in among 3 newly planted trees that will grow to shade the images of the young brothers as the days, the months, and years pass. What do you want Tanner, Andrew, and Alexander to know?
We're fighting for them every day.
I know. In my heart, I will see them again.
Hope burns bright here in Morenci, and the hunt for the Skelton brothers goes on.
We return now to the story of the Skelton brothers, all 3 vanishing from their father's home on Thanksgiving Day. Andrea Isom's back now, Andrea, with the latest on this search.
Matt, the small town of Morenci, Michigan, would gather together that holiday weekend to help a family in need, searching high and low for those 3 boys, and police were about to make an arrest. In Morenci, Michigan, the 3 young Skelton brothers had stalked...
All right, y'all, so that's kind of like in a nutshell, and I got some more pictures. Sorry, I was screenshotting and doing it, so I'll just do a little clickety through it. Nah, this is the sergeant y'all heard that we need more of. We need 10 more of him. We need 10 more of the judges that gave a $60 million bond. We need even just 10 more. We need more of them that got heart, that really do it and really care, that ain't playing. Like, that shit, that's what I'm talking about. This is what they showed, what they, when they said they were talking about what they might look like. But there's the boys, the 3 boys, man, that's crazy. That mom is very strong. Prayers for her. Now they're going to be doing a, trial, or maybe he'll take a deal. I hope he does, to not put her through any more than he already has. Because, him being his own lawyer and just the arrogantness, like, what? I'm about to show y'all. He definitely looks way different. I'm gonna say that. 15 years that time did him for sure. But this is him at the divorce trial with his wife, representing himself. Do you think their kids are safe? Like, how could he just... That's just some weird shit, man. That's that weird, wicked shit. That is the boys' mother. She said, I wouldn't even look him in the eye. I know that's right. Shit, it's a privilege for me to give you eye contact. Shit. And now look at old girl. We just talked about she gave someone some eye contact he didn't like. And look what happened. He took a sledgehammer and, and that's crazy. She said, but that's what I'm talking about. For me, you got, yeah. Damn. This mother, I could not imagine. Oh, yeah, it beat the shit out of him, man. Like 15 years, I don't know. I look the same. I could show y'all a picture 15 years ago. I would have been like in my teens. And I swear, I have not aged. There's something about my genes. Like, my auntie is like, she's 55. I swear, y'all, she looks 27. Like, we got them good genes. But, he definitely has aged. I'm going to show y'all. Let's see. This is him Wow. That's him right. That's when him and the boys. And look at this mug now. That's him now. Ooh. Man. I don't know. I look the same. I got a couple gray hairs. I mean, but in 15 years, I can say, you know, maybe I've like my weight up and down a little bit, but yeah, this dude, it was that content was eating, that guilt, that shame. It's crazy. Then he wants to play. Shout out to this sergeant, man. He said he's not stopping. I hope maybe one day he will, you know, find him. But again, he's going down. He thought he was getting out. They waited till literally he had a couple more days left, and they hit him with the 3 charges. I like whatever county this is. I like them. That's what I'm talking about. Like, no sir, don't pass go. You thought. And they said it was some computer searches on his computer. And they're just saying, you know, he was the last one to see him. He lied multiple times. And there's been no trace of them. So, I mean, the judge said, yeah, let's go. And I agree. I mean, what else could it be, y'all? There's no, and for me, maybe if he didn't lie and change his story 3 different times, but he caused, like, that's what fried him, is the lies. That's what fries everybody, is the lies. It's the lies, y'all. It will always be the lies that'll fry you. Damn. Yeah, that's him 15 years ago. That's crazy. That's right outside Ohio. I can't believe I forgot this happened in Michigan on Thanksgiving. It's crazy. Been a lot of crazy stories in Michigan. And there's been a lot everywhere, but man, it just seems like, you know. Oh, and again, I forgot to tell you, I know it's a little bit off topic, but there was no unalivings in the D-ski, so, you know, we went 7 days, and then we had a break. We just went 3 days, now we're having a break, and so we do not have to add a scratch for the D-ski. No one was unalived. Shit, but we still got 6 more hours, shit. Let me make sure, let me go look. Yeah, no. It's crazy work out here. I'm gonna play y'all one more. This is about and then I'm gonna be done for the day. Again, I just want to bring y'all these some trending topics. You know. Justice for them 3 boys, y'all. That is wild to me. But, you know. Shout out to the mom. They issued an Amber Alert. Can I ask y'all a question? So, what, with the Amber Alert, does it have to be like a kidnapping? Or like, what are like, because I'm kind of confused and I've tried to understand it, but like, in my eyes, if you report your child missing, you don't know you don't know what happened. You don't know if they were kidnapped. You don't know what happened, you know? So, like, but it's like, I see it has to be like someone snatched them, and you have to have a vehicle and a description for an Amber Alert to be issued, and I think that's kind of, I think they should, no matter what, when the shorty comes up missing, Amber Alert. And I feel like that's what they do, because, like, in this case, you know, they didn't have no description of no vehicle. The boys just disappeared, but they got an Amber Alert. Oh, man. Yeah, Michelle Blair, Angie. You know I know. Yes, Michelle Blair. Whew, that woman right there. That was diabolical. And the way she acted in the court, Angie, the way she said, and she told the judge, she said, I will do it again. She didn't give a fuck. It was sickening. It was sickening. She told the judge, I would do it again. I don't regret what I did. I'm not going to say what she said. I'll roll the clip. Let's roll the clip. We going to end it with that one. 10 years ago, Michelle Blair. That motherfucker right there. I hope they got her in solitary confinement. You know what I think? I think they should put all the motherfucking monsters from Detroit. Oh, what? You did? Damn. That's crazy. How does it, okay, let me ask you. What does it feel like, knowing her personal and then knowing what she did, if you don't mind answering? It's like, you can be like, it's crazy because in my experience, I want to say this. The 2 times I went to court for 2 monsters in Detroit, just being in that room, it was like, I try to tell people it's like a feeling. It was just like, it's just different, knowing you're in the same room as somebody that did such horrendous things, and you're just, looking at them and just, total disgust. And it's just like, wow, they're this is fucking real. I don't know how to, I guess, explain it. But what do you think? Did you were you shocked, Angie? Man, Stoney, I remember, and I don't want to say, Stoney was one of them. And I don't want to say the wrong name for her daughter. But she had 4 kids, and then, let me play the clip. Yeah, that one was the worst. And then there was another mom, again, and this is crazy because CPS failed and was involved with Michelle Blair, y'all. Then 5 years later, there was another mom who put her baby in the freezer. He was 2 years old. He was blind. And she put him in the freezer. And CPS had took her children because she caught charges for assaulting her nephew. Child abuse charges. And they gave her fucking kids back. And and then she put that baby in the freezer. Yeah. So that CPS failed them. CPS again. Remember, the 5Gs, it goes back to 50s. My family. These motherfuckers, I don't know. They've been failing Detroit forever. Forever. It's crazy. CPS don't give a fuck. It's very concerning. It's very concerning. But again, man, it's concerning as fuck. In Michigan, I cannot speak for any other state, but I, by golly, sure the fuck can for good old Michigan. And holy fuck, they do not need that. They need a new name. They need a new purpose, and they need all new workers in every fucking county of the glove. You feel me? 'Cause a new man. It's like in other states you hear about 1 or 2 every 5-10 years. This shit is what? This shit is not. Now it's every day almost, or every other day. She didn't get no. She said, "I will do it again." Ooh-wee. Oh, this is her snapping in the courtroom.
The shocking courtroom clips you just witnessed document the unhinged.
She actually said it several times.
Take note of her insane outbursts, as you're about to see a different side of her in stark contrast to this public persona that she never wanted to reveal to the public. Identity of the alleged victim. We will be referring to him as Michelle's youngest son, and by the pseudonym Alex throughout this case.
What? What the fuck kind of question is that, Michelle? Michelle, she is legit cray, y'all. Like, that's true monster. A lot of monsters come up out of Michigan. Freezer was right. It was sad. She was in the club and would be out every night partying.
Both
Wow.
are gestures of goodwill. These gestures are meant to keep her from shutting down and keep her comfortable to get her talking.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, sorry.
It's like I grew up
This is it. Yeah, hold on, y'all. Hold on 2 seconds. This is the last one real quick, but yeah, this one's crazy. Yeah, Angie, that's crazy. I mean, that's wild. And she didn't. This is another monster out the D-ski, y'all. This is her on both of you see the babies right there, the boy and the girl. Um, this is her on the top one where the freezer is, and that's all her. It's crazy. Oh man. Yeah, I can't believe he's right by the front door. It's like, do you think she wanted to be caught? Do you think she just, or you think she just didn't she really didn't care? Do you think she didn't care if she got caught, Angie? She has two more. She actually had 4 kids, and 2 she unalived. I can't say where the other 2 are. I don't know. I know the dads were trying to get them, and yeah, it's I don't. We would have to maybe we'll cover. I'll go. You know, she didn't care. She just said fuck it. Do you think it was? In my opinion, I think it was her hate and bitterness towards the baby daddy. Why she really did it to the babies. That's what from what all the times that's what I think. That's why I think she really did it because and it's crazy the extent that she goes, y'all. and tells the judge why she did this to her kids. Okay? And that's the extent she goes to. That's why. And then the way she acted towards when the dads were trying to get custody, she did it was giving very bitter, very, very bitter. But yeah, here we go. This is a really hard one, y'all. It's very explicit. It's very. If you got kids around, I would definitely tell them to get out the room. And that's your choice. But again, it is very explicit. I'm not gonna cap. It's not good. And notice that's Margaret Hathaway. That's Judge Hathaway, the girl. This was 7/17. 2015 is when Michelle Blair was sentenced.
Members can't just blame all that on my mom because I'm still an adult.
Man, she looks crazy. She looks so damn crazy, man. And then I heard that she was in prison acting crazy too, so they had to yeah.
I was 6 years old at the time.
All right, y'all. All right, again, I would not have. I mean, this is pretty some raw details, okay, y'all. I did warn y'all, and this is a copyright disclaimer is in the description. I read it to y'all. But here we go.
What did you do to Stony Blair that makes you guilty of premeditated murder? She raped my son. I intentionally killed her. How did you do that? Starting from the beginning, when I found out about what Stony was doing, it was 9 months later after finding out about Stephen. So for the whole 9 months, we were in the house. She was still raping my child. I did not know that. When I first found out, after told me, I took a minute because I was not understanding, what was that she did that to him. But I repeatedly punched her on many occasions. My son, I told him to tell me every single thing that she did to him. So as she was telling me, he was telling me more and more things that she did. I assaulted her every time he told me what she did to him. By assault, I mean I punched her. I put a bag over her head till she lost consciousness. I threw hot water on her.
Wow.
Scalding hot water from the faucet.
Did you hit her in the head with a whip
Yes,
stick?
I hit her on her head multiple times, over and over.
Was that shortly before she died?
That was actually the day before she died and the day she died.
Okay.
I hit on her back. It's like on her tailbone. I kicked her.
Okay, I just want to clarify a few things. And perhaps you don't know, but did this happen on or about May 25th, 2014, to the best of your
May
recollection?
25th is actually the day she died. Well, the day I killed her.
And you said you killed her by putting a grocery bag over her head?
Yes, that day.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Man, I'm good. Good evening, Leah. Hope you're having a smooth and cool and true one.
She had started with Stephen. She ruined my son, okay? She started with Stephen before he even started. So, yes, I put a bag over her head, but it got worse that day. Yes, I did. It got worse that day because she would tell me how she would take her pad, her menstrual pad, and squeeze her blood out in his mouth. Okay? And it was over with after that. It was over with.
You meant to kill her?
I definitely meant to kill her.
It wasn't an accident?
No, not at all. If I had the chance to do it again, I would.
When you went and got the grocery bag and suffocated her, that was your intent?
Yes. She was standing in the bathtub. I was throwing hot water on her. My son was standing to my right outside the bathroom door, and he he was telling me everything he was telling me. I looked at her and I'm like, you did this? And she was like, yes. So I actually had a stick and I was hitting her in the head. Every time he told me something,
Yolanda, what don't you believe?
in her head, and I was throwing hot water on her. And when I actually took her out of the bathroom, I took her back in her room, and I just kept staring at her, and I said, excuse my language, to him, just like, you know, I'm constantly asking her. She kept saying, I hate him. And I'm like, you hate him? You know? And she admitted to me that she hated Steve. She hated everybody. And I'm asking her why. She says, everybody always think so cute. And I'm like, so you brother, because you get what I'm saying. So I meant to. I definitely meant to.
Wow.
And I do not feel any remorse for Sony. Because she had no remorse for what
What
she did
the
to my
fuck?
son.
Do you see her, y'all?
She not only raped him, she gang raped him with Steven. We're all sitting on the floor and he was telling me, this is how I found out about both of them doing it together. But it was too late. Steven was gone.
Wow.
But he told me that
So it was 10 years, it was a decade, just this July. This year was 10 years ago this happened.
Stoney did the nasty stuff, and then they did it to him. And
So
now
this was
that's
your way of inflicting punishment?
definitely.
Okay.
Oh no, her daughter wasn't. Yeah, she's definitely lying. She was bitter. It was all about the baby daddy. Can y'all see him in that one picture? He's in.
Her actual death?
Yeah, she's definitely.
Not the location of the house. Where did you live at the time?
Oh.
Is that in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, go ahead.
Can we ask Ms. Claire if she ever actually saw or witnessed any of these acts with regard to Stoney or?
Okay. Yeah.
She just looked back like she was like, "Bitch, shut up." This woman is nuts. This is another monster.
Between either Steven and Stoney.
I reject her question, but I will answer it because no one will say that this did not happen because it actually did.
I just want to have a clear record. Because so far all you've told me was that you
Hold on, she said.
And that they admitted, no, I did not. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand.
But I went back in my head and thought back to
I would have security around me if I was that judge. She.
I'm like, that's what was wrong with you? He'll use the bathroom and say, Mom, my butt hurts when I poop. I don't know. So I started
This woman's fucking sick, y'all. I said it. This woman is sick as hell. This is crazy.
It was that he was being raped.
Is it?
Okay? My son looked me in my eyes and he gave me a very detailed account of everything they did. He's not a violent boy. He is a very sweet little boy. So for him to
Hold on.
say, do it again.
What's going on, cool girl sister? Hope you're having a smooth one, a cool one, and a real true one. Yeah. My girl Angie brought this one up, and then I'm gonna do the one from the 5 years. It's something about Michigan, man. And we were just talking about the father, the 3 boys. And the judges had just decided to right when he was about to get out and declared the boys deceased, man. So that's what we was doing over here, real quick. That's the Stoney's father right there.
At a certain point, I told him to stop talking. I said, Stoney, you tell me to my son. And I said, if she say anything that's not right, tell me. She started telling me many things. And I also asked her, so why didn't Steven tell me that when I asked him, did anybody do this to him? Why didn't he tell me that you did it to him? Because Stoney was going upstairs, beating Steven's ass, threatening him. Basically, at a certain point, after I was hitting Steven, I didn't want to look at him. I didn't want to look at him, so I told him to go to his room. When it came time to eat, I didn't want to take no food up, so I sent Stoney up because she volunteered, not knowing at that time that Stoney was raping either of them. But every time she went upstairs, I wouldn't have known if she hit him or not because I had put many bruises on him. So every time she went upstairs, she admitted to me that she was hitting him also, knocking the hell out of him, telling him, you better not tell her nothing.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I understand. When she admitted these things to you, were you always being physical with her?
The first time, no. We were sitting there.
Okay.
She denied it constantly. I'm like, Stoney, you better tell me sitting here, he don't know nothing about it. He constantly, you get what I'm saying? Who would admit that? Who would admit that if they did not do it?
All right, tell me what happened to Stephen.
Basically the same thing. So can I ask you a question first? The people standing behind me, this woman who just asked the question, is she trying to make it seem like this did not happen?
No. We just have to have a clear record.
Okay.
But this is your time to talk. Go ahead.
All we're trying to do is just make sure that the record is clear. Okay? And so don't worry about pulling behind you. Just do it. Appreciation.
I mean, right now, ma'am, this is just you choosing to plead guilty. The people do not have any sort of plea agreement.
Yeah, because you know, it's like I'm willing to take a polygraph test. It's like, because I understand people don't want to hear me, period, but I'm willing to take on everything.
I'm listening to you. Tell me what happened to Stephen.
I came home one day, my daughter, my oldest, met me at the door, and she's like, Mom, come see what he's doing with his dials. And I'm like, what is he doing? He was making one dial, his little wrestle man, hump on top of the other. No, I'm like, why was you doing that? I said, anybody ever do this to you? He said, no. I said, then why are you doing that? And he said, yes, Stephen did. And I was like, so this is the first I'm hearing about that, period. This was 9 months before Stoney. Okay, Stoney wasn't downstairs, and she was always in the background. I wish to God I had questioned everybody together, but I didn't.
Would you say this was around August 30th, 2012?
No, this was before August 30th. August 30th is when he died.
Okay.
This was maybe a week and a half.
Before he died?
Yes.
Okay. So that, telling you that set off some action?
Yes, I went upstairs because Stephen was upstairs in his room. And I went upstairs and I said, Stephen, you said you was humping on him. And then Stephen stood up and he looked at me, and right then I could tell something was wrong in his face, because he was just like this. Any normal kid, I know my kid would have been like, what? That's not what he did. He stood up and looked at me like he had lost his mind. Okay? And it just, hearing that from him had me up in my head, period. But I asked him, I said, Stephen, tell me the truth. Was you humping him? He said, yes, but that was all. And I said, did you hump on him with your underwear off? He said, no. He yelled out, yes, he did. And I just remember going in the hallway, walking back and forth, like, and I walked back up and I was like, you your brother? You know what I'm saying? You your brother. So I'm looking at them too. I'm looking at them like, what? I can't understand. So I started punching Stephen. You know, I'm like, what the are you doing to him? I just started asking him questions. At this point, it's just spilling out. He's just spilling out. And Mom, and he's doing like this, and he's doing this thing almost every night. He tell me how he was, the reason I put bags over Stephen's head is because I thought he in the bed. My son was never a bed wetter. Didn't know it was Stephen waking up every morning, pissing on like he was a damn piece of shit. Okay? They had bunk beds. Stephen would get out.
Yeah, this happened 10 years ago. Yes, yeah, Detroit, Wayne County.
So we just wash him up and go, you a bedwetter.
Let's talk about what you did to Stephen.
The reason I put
I think so, yes, very, very much so, and it went untreated very long, in my opinion. This woman's crazy. Look at these pictures. Listen to what she's saying. It's crazy. And Angie knew her personally. She's from the D-Ski. She's in the chat.
And I started asking him, bitch, you know what I'm saying? You see what this feel like? You can't breathe? You stop him. That's my son. You could not breathe on top of getting ready. You was 6 years old at the time. You get what I'm saying? So I put it back on his head.
In the chat, Angie, Horde 3954.
He tell me that would be face down. He had stuff around his neck.
Stoney and Stevie.
I grabbed the belt and I put a belt around his neck and I lifted him up like, do you like how this feels being choked with a belt? So I dropped him.
She didn't have to say all this, y'all. All she had to do was she was plead guilty. This woman is definitely mentally ill.
No, I'm not. Listen to my question. You were intending to inflict serious physical harm, but not kill him.
Definitely.
Okay.
At a young age, I told
What
myself
the
I would
fuck?
be caught dead in a toxic or
It's just
abusive
how
relationship.
she could just be
And yet
so
there I was,
proud.
and no one that I
Them
felt
details,
comfortable
like,
enough
she's
to talk to
fucking
about the things
sick.
I was experiencing.
You know she lying.
I was honest.
Did you also punch him?
Yes, I did. Multiple times. Yes, I did.
What's going on for real, Jay?
You talked
Oh,
about
yeah.
choking him. Did you also burn him?
I don't believe her daughter. Oh no, absolutely not. I don't believe that. This woman, this is what I believe. Me and Angie, I believe, because I watched. They had to have like she was fighting. She has 2 of the kids that were still alive. And she was at the table at court. The baby daddies were there, and you could just see how much bitterness and hate, and I feel like that's the real reason. And she did say that she went through some stuff when she was a kid. But I do believe the real reason, in my opinion, the way she acted towards his family and him, it was bitterness. She hated him, and she was mad, and she took it out on the babies. And then came up with this sick-ass story for a fucking excuse. So, absolutely, she's mentally ill. She was going nuts. Like, they actually had to take her out. She had to be escorted out of that hearing because she was going so crazy. I'm going to play it. It was only 2 minutes. This was her when she was trying to still be a mom, I guess. I don't know. This shit is crazy.
After the hot water gets extremely hot. So, his private area, I stood him in the bathtub naked. You my son with your,
This is fucking crazy, y'all. I told y'all, if y'all got kids around, please don't have them around. I can't believe this woman is sitting here saying this detailed ass shit.
Stephen peed in my son's eyes. He put his
She is sick.
his nose. He peed. Even told me one time, Mom, and in my eyes, it was.
Oh my God. This is crazy.
But it wasn't pee. And right then, it was like, I didn't even know a 9-year-old could ejaculate. You get what I'm saying? So not only did you do that, you put it in my son's eyes.
Man, this bitch, I guess, I want to say her and one more man who's about to go on trial, I would have to say, is the worst for me in Detroit. And there's a lot of them stories, but those 2 are the fucking sickest, the twistedest, diabolicalest motherfuckers that I ever heard of. And they just happen to be right here in motherfucking Detroit. But I'm talking about diabolical. This bitch right here. Oh yeah, she most definitely was. That's my definitely opinion. Yeah, most definitely. I agree. Cool girls, I agree.
And he made him drink the blue stuff from under the sink. And I'm like, what blue stuff? So I walked downstairs. He showed me what I said. You made drink Windex. And then I went back to like years before. And I'm like, is this what was wrong with him? I thought he had the stomach flu, where you vomit and have diarrhea. You get what at the same time? At that time, this is what was going around. A lot of people had this is what I thought had. He didn't.
She didn't have to go into so much detail. It's the details for me, bitch. What the fuck? Okay, y'all. Here we go. Oh, this is crazy. Her demeanor, she kicks the chair. She's fucking pissed. And she's just staring at this dude with hate. I'm about to, hold on, let me pause it. Oh yeah, this is the one she gets kicked out of. For sure, for sure.
I need you to keep it quiet.
Ooh-wee.
Clear the courtroom. Just keep it quiet.
The whole crew here now, but y'all was never there for them. How many birthdays did you miss? Mikey, his ex-girlfriend, did more than any of y'all.
Tom, you have to stop. This is a hearing. It's your church.
No, her lawyer was standing there. She was just talking. She.
And then the door, you're going to get on the news and say, what's up, son? They were raping my kids. Period.
Quiet until it's your turn.
What the damn fool y'all putting on that show? Rape my kids. You pathetic ass bitch, and he's a drunk. Now tell the truth on that. So, admittedly, does he say that
They're bringing her back in the courtroom now. That's crazy. It was definitely over the baby daddy. Man, that's sick.
Fathers failed to support, care for their children for 2 years.
shit.
Are you able to say why you were late to the hearing?
It don't matter, man. Like, the judge is really trying to give him a hard time. I mean, she can't. How does she know what this bitch really did? She probably wouldn't even, like old girl said, she probably didn't let him see the fucking kids out of spite. And Angie said that she knew her personally, and that's exactly what she did. He tried to get a hold of him, and she wouldn't let him.
He didn't do enough. That one of these kids, his kid, was in this freezer for as long as 2 years.
Dang. One was in the freezer for 2 years, and one was in the freezer for a year. It's crazy. This is a nasty one. This is a nasty one, y'all.
I don't know, and that'll be up to the judge to decide.
Shoot, the way a man is crazy. How no fucks given.
What was wrong with him? I thought he had the stomach flu, where you vomit and have diarrhea. You get at the same time. At that time, this is what was going around. A lot of people asked, this is what I thought had. He didn't. Stephen made him drink Windex. So yes, I made that boy drink Windex. I'm just trying to clarify the record.
Dang, they didn't even have to do an autopsy. She just told us. She told him it all. And fucking details.
Your actions ultimately caused his death.
Yes, they did.
Were you Stephen's mother?
Yes.
He was in your custody?
I don't claim him as my son now, and I do not claim Stoney as my daughter. I have 2 children. That's it. Stephen and Stoney are demons. Period.
Get the fuck out of here. Woo!
How old was he?
Stephen was 9.
And again, did this happen at your house in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
She didn't look at her lawyer standing right next to her.
To Stephen was punishment for what you did. Is that right?
For what he did to
Sorry. For what Stephen did. That was punishment.
And if I had killed Stephen intentionally, I definitely would be proud to say I did. But I didn't. But I know all the things that I did to him, how I hurt him, I know it did cause his death. You know what I'm saying? It was like that day, the day that he died, I went in his room, it was throw up in front of him on the bed. I got him up, he said he had to go to the bathroom, but he couldn't use the bathroom. By the time we came out the bathroom, his breathing was crazy. Stephen usually has a strong heartbeat, but it was really faint, really faint.
What do you mean?
He just started
What?
going like this, and I was holding him. We both sitting
She's frying herself.
holding him up.
Yeah, you heard it right. You heard it absolutely right.
Like this, because the day before that,
Let me pause it for 1 second. So, remember, this was her walking in the custody hearing. She's kicking the chair. And look how she's looking at her baby daddy, dog. Man, like, ooh, in the whole family. I'm talking about, man, this bitch is a monster for real. And it's a real life monster. Look at her looking at him, man. He's in the white. He's got his face in his hands. Like, I wouldn't even be sitting that close to her, dog. I know that. I would not be sitting that close to her. Because they did take her ass up out of there. She had to be removed. This is her being removed up out of there. And I just played it when she was tripping. Talking about, you're damn drunk. Talking about his girlfriend. Blah, 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 blah. No, man. This is her getting took it up out of there. Oh, yeah, that's why I was saying he was brave. 2 chairs away. Man, I would not have been sitting that close. Hell no. Look at the way she's just grimming him. No fucks given. Like, what's up, dog? Like, she don't get no fucks. She didn't. It's crazy. Like, what? And she just called her babies demons to that judge. She said that I don't claim them. I have 2 children. Those are demons. What? OMG. Man, this one is, yeah. This one, yep.
I actually said I would stop because I looked in the room like he is toe up, you know.
Were you starving him at this time?
No, I never starved him, and that's another thing that they're not understanding. He may have lost weight, but because they had hands and
she's the fucking demon, bro. That's not even a question. She's the fucking monster, bro. There's no words. Again, this is This one is definitely 10 years ago. How old was I? Oh yeah, 10 years ago I was going through some shit. But man, this would have been a crazy one to cover or be in the courtroom for.
So they would take his food. It would actually only let him eat his vegetables. So yes.
This bitch is fucking crazy. There's only like 5 more minutes to this video, y'all. But and then I just wanted, yeah, this one's crazy. Angie, thanks for bringing her up. Cause yeah.
My son said, "Mom, that's bold. They used to take my food all the time. That's bold." You get what I'm saying? So yes. Now Stoney, I did starve her. I did. 9 more months. You going in your big ass. She was 13. My son told me how she used to sit on his face, and he said, "Mom, it stinks real bad." And she was, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I did. I did. And then oatmeal was all that girl got.
This bitch is going to hell. I don't give a fuck. This is a great transgression right here. You're going to hell. This is, man, there's no forgiving this. It's unbelievable, honestly, Leah. It was really unbelievable.
You're okay? Okay. I just have a couple of questions. When you were physically harming Stephen, was it ever your intent to also cause any sort of serious mental harm?
Well, I don't understand what you mean.
When you were hurting him physically, was it also your intent to cause any sort of serious mental harm?
What do you mean, mentally damage him?
Yes.
Like beating him in the head?
No, like making it so that his thoughts aren't right.
No,
Does that
never.
make sense? Okay.
What the fuck you did?
What you did to my child. I had always told my kids.
Told him he did that to his brother. Or you crazy? Yes, would be the answer.
Right, them. I always told my son that, and I always told the girls the worst thing you could do is cry rape on somebody if they didn't rape. They fully knew what they were doing.
So you were only intending physical punishment?
Yes.
All right, no. Just so that I'm clear, you weren't allowing them to treat your other children like this, were you?
For real. She ain't got no soul, no heart. No, this is a monster. This is a fucking monster.
That's exactly what I wanted to know. You didn't know.
There's definitely levels to the shit, and she's at the top of it.
This is one instance I was asleep. Why he didn't tell me? He said, "Mom, I even ran the hallway and I had your hand. I was asleep. My son ran out and grabbed my hand. He was 6 and he was doing like this, trying to wake me up. Stephen was grabbing him back by the back of his shirt, pulling me, and I said, why didn't you just scream out?" He said, "I don't know." You get what I'm saying? He even had my hand pulling on me, trying to wake me up. And since I'm a hard sleeper, I didn't wake up. So to hear my son say that to me is real up that should happen right up under my nose. So, man, I don't regret none of this. I don't regret any of it. It's my son. That's my baby. There's no way that his brother and sister should know what he feels like inside. There's no way. I don't feel no remorse for the death of them demons.
The fuck out of here, bro. Woo!
Either counsel's dissatisfied. Oh, medical examiner's report. Go ahead.
Your Honor, the medical examiner report for Stephen Gage Berry is...
Again, this is explicit, y'all.
Exhibit number 1. It's dated March 27, 2015. The medical examiner's report for Stoney and Blair is Joint People and Defendant Exhibit number 2, all dated March 27, 2015.
Their acceptance and
Yeah,
their
Your Honor. I'm wondering if Ms. Blair ever called the police to report it.
Can you answer that question?
Why is she asking?
We're just trying to make a clear record.
You mean to report what they had done? No.
What they had done to...
No. But after I found out about Stephen, even before I started hitting him, I did actually call the police on advice, and I told them like a hypothetical situation, like because I was scared, like, you get what I'm saying? What's gonna happen with my other two? I definitely didn't want to lose. I was definitely about to leave after that just happened.
I can't believe they even gave her a chance to sit down and even talk about what's gonna happen with their kids that are still alive. Like, what? Bitch, no, you don't get no say.
And he said, well, actually, yes, they would take both kids out of the home, but this is a case for CPS. And they said, did that happen to you? And I said, no, it's actually a friend. He said the best thing I can do is tell you to call CPS and they can guide you further on what to do. And they said, but basically it has to be an investigation, so both will be taken out of home. You get what I'm saying?
I understand.
And how they manipulate, I was their mother. So if they can manipulate me, no. No. And I was not letting Stoney go anywhere. I'm glad. I actually was going to turn myself in right after Stephen died. And I told my son that, you know, I got to go, and I got to go turn myself into the police. I got to go turn myself in. And he said, turn yourself into what? And I said, turn myself into the police. That means I got to go because I killed somebody. And then he said, I don't want you to go. When he said that, that was it. So I put Stephen in the freezer, and I said, I'm going to stay with my kids as long as possible. And I'm glad I did, because if I had not have done that, I would not have found out about Stoney. You see what I'm saying? So everything happened how it was meant to happen. She could have been right with him, fooling everybody. And my son would have been totally ruined.
Your Honor, I have in my hand the postmortem report for Stoney Ann Blair and for Stephen Gage Beery. And the prosecutor and I are using it as both joint exhibits of Exhibit 1 and Exhibit 2, and we tendered them to the court.
Okay. I'll accept them.
To help you make a determination on a factual basis.
I think she told us enough, y'all. Like, what? Pretty fucking detailed. The fuck? What kind of lawyer? She should have just represented herself, for real. I think it'd be so hard to be a judge. Like, how did they be so unbiased? How do judges be, you know, do you truly think judges are truly unbiased?
The medical examiner's reports have been accepted as 1 and 2, and they are consistent.
I bet they are. That was pretty fucking detailed. Fucking monster bitch.
I believe there's a sufficient factual basis to accept the plea at this point.
She said, let me plead guilty and say all that. What? That judge should have shut her up. In my opinion. And read the report. Like, that was unnecessary. That's Wayne County for y'all.
I'll accept the plea. I'll accept the plea as knowing, accurate, and voluntary. We have a sentencing date. In this case, it would be 2 weeks from today, which takes us to July 13th. Is that good for you, Mr. Harris?
I have a question about that. I'm still in the middle of a family trial, and I go tomorrow. It's supposed to be for closing.
Bitch, you don't go nowhere. How do you...
Best interest.
What the fuck?
So will that interfere with that?
Nope.
Oh.
13th is fine, Your Honor.
Go ahead, stop it and work for us. Is it possible to do it on a Friday, the 17th? Possible?
Is that good for you, Mr.
That would be fine, Your Honor.
Okay. Friday, July 17th.
So yeah, in 7/17, Michelle Blair was sentenced to life. 2015. For the unaliving of her 2 children, Stoney and Stevie Blair. I think that's her last name. Yeah, that's her last name. But I don't believe that shit. Like, the details, and it's just so graphic. So crazy. I don't know. You know, some monsters just sit there with their head down and don't say shit. And then you got another monster that fucking tells it fucking detail for detail. Like, you would think all monsters were the same, but they're not. They're monsters, but they're all different in their own way. It's fucking crazy. Crazy work, for real. Man, this should be crazy. Detroit, we gotta do better. America, we gotta do better. You know. So, you know how I like to leave it. Winnie the Poohski. And it's Christopher Robin. You're smarter than you think. You're braver than you believe. And you're stronger than you seem. And I feel that in my soul every time, y'all. So I thank y'all for tuning in with me and supporting me for real. It means a lot. Again, if y'all replay gang, anybody on your way out, if you forgot, kindly hit that like button for your girl. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, y'all be smooth with it, be cool with it, and 100% motherfucking true with it, you know? And I'm out. It's all love over here. Always and forever. It's all love over here.